Hey, hello. Did you retards and screwheads, did you know that back in the day, back when Jesus had his ministry, well, ever since Rome took over, since Rome became a power in Israel, right? Uh, that the Israelis weren't allowed to employ the death penalty, supposedly, right? They still did, I guess, from time to time. We know that from Saint Stephen when he was stoned to death. But officially, it was illegal. They weren't allowed to employ the death penalty. Only Rome had that power. That's true. And you can see this during Jesus' trial when the Jewish leadership brings him to Pilate, and Pilate is afraid. He says, "Look, I don't want anything to do with this. Try him according to your law, and you execute him. I don't want anything to do with it." And they said, "No, we can't do that. It has to be you, because we don't have the authority. We're not allowed to implement the death penalty. So it has to come from Rome. And if you don't do it, we're going to drop a dime on you. We're going to tell Tiberius that you're not doing your duty." Anyway, you say, what does that have to do with the tea in China? Well, I wanted to bring this up and how it relates to John 8. That's the famous story with the adulteress woman. When she's caught having sex and committing adultery with a man, and they drag her out to Jesus. They're trying to trick him. But before I get into that, I want to let you know that John 8 wasn't in the original manuscript. Or manuscripts, I should say. There were thousands and thousands of manuscripts. So all those people who say scribes made an error and blah blah this and blah blah that, it's impossible. I mean, I think there were 25,000 ancient manuscripts. So, and they all kind of coalesced with each other. So all that nonsense about, scribes changing this or that. And that's how we know that John 8 wasn't there originally. And the end of Mark wasn't there. I forget which chapter. Is it chapter 17, 16, 17? Anyway, it'll mention it when you read your Bible. Anyway, just a footnote. John wasn't there among the ancient manuscripts. John 8. So they take her and they drag her before Jesus. And they say, "Jesus, what should we do to her? According to our law, we have to stone her. We have to put her to death." And they knew they didn't have that power. Of course, it didn't happen. But officially, they didn't have the power. So if Jesus said, "Yeah, we got to stone her," what would they have done? They would have run to the Roman authorities and said, "Hey, there's this wild man out here who's circumventing your authority and having the citizens of Israel put to death," right? And if he said, "No, no, no, you can't do that," then they would have gotten him that way. They would have said, "Oh, look at this guy. He doesn't know anything about the law. What kind of teacher is he?" And he gives that marvelous answer. Well, first, before he gives that answer, he's writing in the dirt. It's the only time we see Jesus writing, right? He's writing in the dirt. And of course, it begs the question, what was he writing? Nobody knows. It's never mentioned in the Bible. But the late, great R.C. Sproul, I should say, who, by the way, died of cancer from smoking. R.C. Sproul. Great Calvinist thinker. You could just never quit smoking. Anyway, not a big deal to me. Some Christians take it too far. Oh, smokers go to hell, smokers go to hell. I'm not one of those. Anyway, the late, great R.C. Sproul said, I think I have an inkling of what he was writing. He was writing down the sins of the men as they were standing there demanding an answer. All their sins he was writing in the dirt. This one did this. This one's guilty of that. This one's guilty. This one's guilty of that. And he finally looks up at him, when he's writing this down, and says, if those of you without any sin, go ahead and cast the first stone. And of course, they all say, no, we're not going to do it. We've been taught our lesson, which is very powerful. It's a very powerful chapter. And they go away. And Jesus looks at the woman and says, what happened to him? Are they not going to condemn you? And she says, I guess not. He says, well, I'm not here to condemn you either. So you can go. And very powerful stuff. Now that doesn't mean that she has the right to continue being an adulteress, right? She has to make a change in her life. She has to transform. She has to transform. And I bring this up because a lot of liberal churches, I don't even call them Christian. A lot of these liberal churches don't believe in Jesus as the Messiah. They see him more as a wise teacher or a self-help guru. You go to a lot of churches, it's like going to see a Tony Robbins video or a TED Talk. That's all it is. Or a rock show. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, though. A lot of these liberal churches will say it's okay to continue in your sin. It's okay to keep doing what you're doing. But I don't think that's right. In fact, I know that's wrong. Like Paul said, I believe it was Paul said, it's like people going back to their sin is like a dog that eats its own vomit, right? Again and again and again. So obviously, you're supposed to transform, And I just bring that up because it's Sunday and I have to go walk to church. It takes me about an hour to walk there and an hour to walk back. And it's hot today. It's about 90 degrees. But, what can you do? My wife doesn't live with me and she took the car. So now I pretty much take the bus, but it's hard to get to this place by bus. So, well, what can you do? Anyway, I'm getting to that age now, I find, where I'm really dreaming about going back to America and just getting a little job, kind of toning down my life. I was thinking about being a cook at Waffle House 4 days a week maybe, and then working at a gas station or something for another couple days. I'm trying to have enough work so I can maybe make about $1,000 a week. Mindless work is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for jobs where I don't have to think. I don't know if that's right or not, but I feel like in 4 years I'm going to be 60. And I just don't feel the same energy anymore. Even this idea of walking 2 hours to church today in 90-degree weather. I'm going to do it. I don't want to do it, But, I'm still going to do it. And I'm hoping that if I have a job where I don't have to think as much, that I'll, be less stressful, have a life with less stress. Like if I'm sitting in a gas station for $15 an hour, just typing in, like they come in, hey, I need a pack of Marlboro. Oh, yes, sir, here you go. Here's your change. It doesn't seem like it's very stressful, unless the money were to go missing, or unless somebody comes in to rob the place, or cooking as a short order cook might be more stressful. Hey, get those sausages. Where are my hash browns? And again, I don't think it's as stressful as what I'm doing these days. So anyway, that's my Sunday message. to you screwheads and retards. Did it make your life better? I don't know. Probably not, right? Anyway, that's all I got. So if you enjoyed this, press the like, press the subscribe. Even if you didn't enjoy it, press the like, press the subscribe. Also, I want to wish you all a great Saturday night in America. It's probably on the East Coast. It's probably 11 p.m. Right now. Anyway, I want to wish you all a terrific Saturday night and Sunday, and may everything go well in your lives. God bless. Bye bye.